folks, Mike and McGee here. In today's video, we're going to span an entire month. So although this video spans an entire month, I'm going to try not to make it real long. I'm fixing to go on Carnivore. I heard about it in the past and I thought, boy, that'd be nice in a way. And then I heard people like Jordan Peterson say, it is not easy, it is difficult. Don't try it unless you have to. So he was on the lion's diet, which is only beef, salt, and water. I can imagine that would get old quick, but I'm not going to go that route. I've been told that the carnivore diet, you can sort of make it fit your own needs or your own body and stuff. So I'm going to try this. You've been noticing for a while, Mr. McGee, been gaining a little weight. And even though I work pretty hard, I stay active and all that good stuff, I'm still gaining weight. What you don't see is what I do off camera. This video here, even this video that you're watching right now, I have to sit for a while. Some videos takes me 30 minutes. Some videos takes me 3 or 4 hours to edit. Sitting down. You can't edit a video very good while you're actively walking, working, or doing something like that. So let's just say, over the past 5 years that I've been YouTubing, I've logged a lot of hours on my butt. That didn't do any good for my belly and for my whole body. And also, when you think about it, a lot of energy level comes down at the same time. So I'm going to document my weight and I'm going to tell you, how my energy levels are and this and that. And I'm going to show you what I'm eating. I'm not going to do beef only for the entire month, but I want to try to do beef only for a little bit, maybe a week or something like that. As you know, we just killed a big steer. Beef is on the menu. We've got plenty of beef. I made beef bacon, so breakfast is taken care of and all that good stuff. But as I work into this month, after a week or so, I'm going to start implementing more of a regular carnivore diet, which would include the mangalites of pork and the fat, eggs, anything basically that comes from an animal. It has to be an animal product. There's only one non-animal product I'm going to allow to slide, and that's coffee. I ain't gonna give up my coffee. Now, if I had to do that, I'd just throw the whole diet out. Now, I'll just tell you that right now. Pretty much every day I'll eat apricot nuts, maybe 3 or 4 of them, just to try to get ahead. All my life I have handled some of the worst chemicals and things with my bare hands. I have not taken care of myself and tried to be safety conscious in that regard. I have breathed chemicals, touched chemicals. So I just try to stay ahead of the curve by getting my body saturated with maybe not completely saturated, but I just like to keep some apricot seeds in my body because I don't really want to get cancer. And I think, from what I've heard, that should help. I'm not trying to cure cancer. By no means, I don't have cancer, I don't believe. Just a preventative measure. I'm not going to give that up. But other than those 3 or 4 nuts per day, it's going to be all and a cup of coffee. Just 1 cup now. Just 1 cup of coffee in the day. I usually drink it about 4 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be meat only. So let's see how it goes. I have no idea how it's going to go. I weighed myself today and I'll give you 2 seconds to guess what you think Mike and McGee weighs. 6'2", basically. 237 pounds. That's the most I've ever weighed in my life. So I'm doing it more for energy level than I am for weight, but I will document the weight. We'll see what happens. I think that without carbs, I think some weight's going to fall off. I think some energy level's going to come back. I have had a lot of brain fog ever since COVID hit. And was it that, or was it the fact that I was spending more time on the screen punching buttons, getting y'all these videos? I don't know, but I've heard that the carnivore diet is very clearing for the mind. Let's try it and see how it goes. All right, today's meal, this is just lunch. It's gonna be liver, beef liver. Let's see how that goes. That ought to really give me a lot of vitamins. I've been building up to this for about a week or 2 weeks, slowly building up to this, not going just cold turkey from mashed potatoes and pasta every day to meat only. I've been building up to this slowly, and I recommend to do that because you can have all kinds of crazy feelings and withdrawal symptoms and all that. And during that time, I discovered some really nice things, some really good recipes that I concocted myself. One in particular that I did for breakfast yesterday, I guess it was, I'm gonna show you some of these in the video whenever I start eating eggs again. I'm gonna lay it on you, and you're not gonna believe how delicious it is. All right, my family has all gone to see my sister and visit with them. They're down from Alberta, Canada, and they're having a party tonight. And I've been partying with them, so I think I'll get away with staying at the house and cooking myself a steak. The way I'm gonna cook this steak, I'm gonna take the eye off my stove and let this flame up here. And I'm gonna take my beef steaks, and I'm gonna put them right here over the fire. And I'm gonna do 3 of them. They're not great big huge ones. And right here I've got a special product called Redmond's Real Salt. It's got a lot of minerals in it. And when you're on this diet, you need to really keep your mineral and your salt content up good. So I'm gonna do that. Then after I flip these babies, we're going camp dog. Because what's camp dog for? Steaks. See, we're out of camp dog, so I'm gonna have to pop a top again. Open this up. Get her ready. This is the original recipe. Let's take that steak, flip her over. We don't want it well done now. We want it medium rare or less. Medium or less. Now we're gonna just throw the camp dog on it. Let that other side sear off good, and we're gonna eat. One thing about it, when you cook like this, the whole house smells good. I feel sorry for them when they come back in from the party tonight. They're gonna have to smell this right here. That looked good to me. All right, we're gonna get this off. That didn't take long at all. We're gonna remove this like this. Throw this back in there. It's time to eat. All right, here we are. Beef has actually rested for just a couple minutes, not long at all. Let's see what we got here. Very tender, extremely tender. This is the black steer that we butchered on camera. You probably saw us do it. Unbelievable. We fed him a excellent diet, and that's amazing. I can cut that with a fork. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm going to pair beef with cow's milk. The fact that a lot of people have become allergic to cow's milk has caused a lot of people to turn against cow's milk. But when you take it straight from the cow and drink it without putting it through pasteurization and homogenization and all the junk that they do, it's unbelievable. Here's the nutrition facts. You can see for yourself. That is some mighty fine stuff right there. And hey, it's still from beef. It's actually a milk cow, so yeah, dairy cow, but it's still a beef product. So I feel like I'm staying in my lane, having beef and milk. And hey, all that calcium that I get out of it, there's a little bit of calcium in beef, not a whole lot. But all my life I struggled with leg cramps and foot cramps because I'm extremely active, and when I went off of milk, it got much worse. So I'm not going off milk. I am not going to do it. There was a little bit of a thing said about vitamin C and how it's not good to get off of the leafy greens for the vitamin C, but check this out. This morning I ate the liver. I ate a lot of liver. It had a lot of vitamin C in it all by itself. So I think I'm going to be good on the vitamin C. This part of the meat doesn't have so much vitamin C, but I'm going to continue to incorporate liver into my diet. And I don't think vitamin C is going to be an issue. Really looking forward to reducing estrogen levels and raising testosterone levels. Really looking forward to the mental clarity and all the other things. I mean, the gut health is just amazing on this, and it goes against everything you've been told about what proper nutrition should be. Fiber has been pushed. They say fiber is good for your gut health, but it actually can cause constipation. Just in the week leading up to this, with me eating, I'd say 95% meat, my bathroom visits have got better, not worse. I have to say, I am highly impressed. I'm also highly hungry too, so I'm gonna eat this up. Bite left. Absolutely unbelievably delicious. That camp dog and that real salt, oh my goodness, that was perfect. 3 steaks down the hatch. That's the one thing about this diet is you can eat all the steak you want. Your body will not be hungry for a while. And although meat is a heavy product, you eat it, you don't feel heavy in your stomach. If I took 1 bite of mashed potatoes, it would double the heaviness of my stomach. There's something not right about that. And I love mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes with that right there would have been heaven on earth going down. Heaven on earth. And so it kills me not to be able to do it. I'm still going to go out and plant potatoes. We're a little bit late getting our potatoes in the ground this year, but we need to do it. Here, son, you want some?
My back hurting.
Frank, what do you think about that beef bacon?
Good.
All right, I'm almost finished with my week of beef only. This right here, beef bacon. I've got 13 pieces here. They started out quite a bit bigger than this, but they were fatty. Believe it or not, a plate of bacon like this will hold my energy level up plumb till lunch. At which point I'll eat 2 or 3 steaks, probably around 20 to 30 ounces of beef. And then for supper, I'm eating 2 nice size burger patties, just plain burger, maybe salt and camp dog. So that's how my whole week is. And my energy level's up a lot better working through the day. Coming to the end of the day feeling better than I did a week or 2 ago. Pretty excited about that.
She made some milk cookies.
Who? Maybe you stuck it through it this time.
I don't remember because I already got my sauce all over my
Get that back, boy. All right, the beef week is over. Beef only. I'm still going to include a lot of beef in my diet because my energy levels have skyrocketed and I feel great. We worked. We put in a hard week of work, working full days, not just little half days. And the sun was beaming down. I didn't get no headaches and I did not get weak. So today we're going to start with some mangalitsa bacon. I'm going to go full carnivore with the eggs, the cheese, the whole 9 yards. And I'll keep you updated on if that affects my energy levels for the better or for the worse. But right now I'm feeling great. I haven't eaten hardly anything but beef for 7 days. I don't eat none of that old bread.
Oh, that bread is delicious.
It might be delicious, but I don't eat it, son. I'm staying away from it like the plague.
It's brown rice. It's good.
Brown rice. I don't eat no bread. I don't eat no taters, no french fries. Oh man, I'm beyond any cravings of that stuff, son. You can't make me want that. So today I'm having bacon and eggs for breakfast. I'm gonna have a wild hog roast for lunch. And what's the matter, son? You sick? I told you that bread's gonna kill you, son. Oh, wild hog roast for lunch, and for supper, we got some company coming. We're gonna have Mangalitsa pork chops. Gonna be good. All right, folks, it's time for me to make my fabulous invention that I told you about earlier in this video. Honestly, I've never seen anybody make it, but there's nothing new under the sun. First thing you're gonna do, take a pack of burger. It don't matter how much it is, although this here's 2 pounds or a little more. This is probably like 2.5 pounds of burger, and it's cold, so it's just needs to be broke up in. Just kind of make it where you mix it later on, because what we're fixing to do here is going to be pretty incredible. Now I'm going to wash my hands. Now we've got our own chicken eggs into the ground beef. I'm going to put several chicken eggs in this part here. And this part here, you can do it according to however many you want. We crack our eggs into a separate bowl first, because every once in a while you'll have an egg that is not good and you don't want to ruin your whole thing with a bad egg. So there's 4, 5, 6. Here's a greenish looking egg from Araucana. 8. And that's plenty. 8 eggs in 2.5 pounds of meat. Nothing here is extremely precise. You just do it however you want. We're going to take some Redmonds real salt. It's got the good bit mineral in it. I'm going to put 1, 2 teaspoons in it of salt. And then I'm going to take my Camp Dog seasoning and layer a good layer of that in there. And then I'm going to take heavy cream from my milk cow that I scooped right off the top of the milk, because as you know, cream rises. And I'm just going to pour in about that much. I didn't measure it or anything like that, and you don't have to. And then I'm just going to start mixing this egg into this meat. Wow, that Camp Dog is good. And as you see, I've got me like a potato masher thing here, or what you call a dough cutter. I think they call it a dough cutter. And that's really how I'm going to mix this in. I'm just going to take this dough cutter and just get serious with it, because I want these patties to be very well incorporated with the egg, the cream, the salt, and the Camp Dog. All right, it's time to get a skillet hot. We're just gonna put this directly over the fire, get this pan hot, and then we're just gonna take our meat mixture, and it's thin enough that you aren't gonna wanna probably make the patties with your hands. You can if you want to, but I like to dip it out with a spoon. Now, some of you might have thought, why didn't he put that in a blender? There's 2 reasons not to use a blender on this, although in the front end it seems quicker. Obviously, you got to clean the blender, whereas just this little gadget right here, throw it under some water, wash it off quick and easy. Also, and maybe the #1 reason, I like to have a meaty bite. I don't want a paste out of it. I want ground meat taste with the egg and all that in there. So you're just going to take out as much as you want in each patty. Just dop them in there, and you can pat them out with your spoon. They'll flatten right out to the thickness that you prefer, just like that. And they'll start frying immediately. And it won't be long, you'll be having you something good to eat. One thing about this recipe, you have to cook that first side pretty hard if you want to flip it without it just going everywhere, because you got to remember it's a lot of eggs in there and a lot of cream. So cook it pretty hard. When you flip it, it's going to look pretty dark, but don't worry, it ain't burnt. Take these off, they're going to feel like they're not really done because they're so soft with all that egg in there. But you can go ahead and take them out, and when they cool off, they will firm up just a little bit. But even if they don't, you won't believe how delicious they are. I say let's get the boys and let's eat. Okay, this is only my second time to make these. The first time I made them heavy on the salt. Today I actually measured the salt out. Here boys, try this out. Hopefully that bright morning sun coming through the window is not screwing up this video. But either way, Mama, you want to try one? Oh, she's going to do the breakage test. Mary's going to do the breakage test. Oh boy. All right. Nice and brown. It is extremely tender with all the egg and the cream in it. What do y'all think, boys?
Maybe really good.
Is it better than last time? Yeah. Last time, I was just starting getting into carnivore, and I wasn't on the beef only diet yet, and I tried it just as an experiment, and I felt so much energy that day, it was unreal. I'm hoping it'll have that same effect. I've already got more energy, so it may not have the exacerbated effect. I don't know. It's going to be good to try out, but I love it. I mean, it is so good.
I think it's got a good consistency of egg in it.
Yeah.
It's not too much, but not, like you can kind of taste it.
Yeah. The first time, I'm not sure if I had more eggs or less eggs. I didn't count them. I just broke them in there. Today, I have 8 eggs and 2 pounds of burger. So for all you carnivore people out there, you need to try this. This is absolutely delicious. I would say even if you're not on a carnivore diet, this is so good. Can you imagine having that in between some bread, boys, and some cheese on it? Mmm. But I don't need to be thinking about that. I don't need to be thinking about bread, potatoes, corn. All right, I'm starting week 3 of my carnivore diet right now. Let's see how this goes.
Why grill a burger when you can grill a chunk? Big old hunk of fatty beef.
Well, I started on the 25th of March with this diet. Today's April the 28th. So basically a month, a little over a month. I have not lost a pound, and that is very unusual. And the thing about it is I've got friends that are on it that have lost many pounds. So I think I've tracked it down to what I think it is. I'm drinking milk with my meat. I think that the lactose, which is a sugar, in the milk is causing me to not lose weight. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do another video coming up in another month or so. I'm going to do a test where I just eat the meat without the milk. And the reason why I want to drink milk is because I do have foot and leg cramps. All my life I've had those cramps if I don't drink milk. And this milk, 100% raw, straight from the cow, straight to the mouth. It's just amazing milk, and it's good for you. You can't trust these people that say it's bad for you. It's really good for you. Obviously, mixing it with meat's causing me a problem. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start eating 2 meals a day. That's really all I'm eating right now anyway, because when you eat lots of meat and fat, it does stick with you. So I sleep better on less of a full stomach. So I eat a good big breakfast and I eat a good big lunch, and that's it. So now, instead of maybe eating a small amount of meat or just skipping and going to bed, I'm going to say 6 o'clock in the evening have my milk on an empty stomach without the meat. That way, the sugar in the milk is not going to be causing me a problem. That's going to be a test, and the proof will be in the scales. There's no doubt about it. If I don't lose weight that way, I don't know what I'll do exactly, but weight loss wasn't my number one goal for this diet anyway. Energy level, that was my big deal. Energy level and headaches in the late afternoon working out in the sun. So that is all cleared up. I've got great energy. I'm not getting any headaches. I feel great. The meat, it's got the vitamins, it's got the minerals. I'm using the Redmond's real salt, and that is full of all kinds of good stuff too. So between that, the eggs, anything from an animal, it's all packed with nutrients. It is the vegetables and grains. That's what I'm completely avoiding. And the vegetables have oxalates, which cause the arthritis. And it's yet to be seen. I really like making pokeberry videos, so I'm probably going to still take some pokeberries for y'all just to show the doubters in the world that you won't die if you eat pokeberries. And when watermelon season comes in, I may have to have a little watermelon because I love watermelon. But that's several months away yet. But hey, the only way to see how it's going to go is to stick with us and see how it goes, because that's all I've got for you today. I hope you have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.